Another question here at HomeShowRadio.com. Today, John from North Loop has a floor insulation question.
Well, he's got a pier and beam house in the Heights, Tom.
Cool.
And John writes to us, I'm deciding between foam board or rolled insulation using chicken wire to hold it in place to insulate the floors. Which one would give the best insulation value? He wants to know. Plus, he wants to know if he uses the foam board, should he leave space between the subfloor and the foam board empty and put maybe rolled insulation between the foam board and the subfloor? Would that be worth some money? And what's the best brand of foam board to use? As for rolling the rolled insulation with chicken wire, is that a good way to hold it up? These are the questions occupying his mind. What answers come forth from you, Tom?
First off, we need to be politically correct. It's not chicken wire, it's poultry wire. There's a lot of different birds out there.
True.
Okay, so
Sorry.
a 2-inch poultry wire is the choice because it's not too expensive, but it's small enough to keep the big critters out. Secondly, foam board, if you're going to use it, which I don't think is a great idea to use it because of the moisture issues that could arise, you always have to put it very tightly against the bottom of the subfloor so there's no airspace in there where condensate can form. You want to make sure it's touching it very tightly and no gaps, and that's very hard to do. That's one of the reasons I don't recommend doing it. Rolled out fiberglass insulation put in properly with straps, and then if you want to use a 2-inch poultry wire to make sure that no critters get in there is a preferred method. I will say this before we go any further. I probably wouldn't do it at all.
I was thinking that was going to be your answer.
But I have to answer the man's question first.
Okay.
There's no heat gain underneath a home. The more it can dry out, the better it is. We have some winters. We had a pretty strong winter this last one, but quite frankly, the only time you'll feel uncomfortable is in the wintertime. Slippers, turn your heater on because it's so rare. It's probably better for the longevity of the house, especially those old Heights homes. That's why they lasted so long because they weren't insulated. So maybe rethink the whole thing and don't do it at all.
Hot cocoa made with milk, whipped cream. You wouldn't even notice the floors.
You with the cocoa.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Do you?
And a little Hershey bar, maybe a s'more,
S'mores would be good.
S'mores would be good.
I wouldn't fight you.
Never could do the marshmallow thing.
What do you mean?
There's something about marshmallows I can't stand them.
How many years that I never knew that you were?
You
had
give me
marshmallow phobia.
They're nasty.
Do you have a question? Free of phobias? Send it to us. You can click on the Ask Tom button right over there. Send it our way. We'll answer it in one of these videos or maybe even Sunday morning on Early Edition. Tom's around every Saturday and Sunday on Sports Radio 610.